Greetings, candidates, and welcome to the lesson. The subject is elements of taxation. In today's lesson, we're going to analyze the levies and charges imposed by the county governments in Kenya. The lesson is levies and charges imposed by county governments in Kenya. Levies and charges imposed by county governments in Kenya. And in Kenya, candidates, county governments derive their revenue-raising powers from the Constitution, specifically Article 209 and the County Government Act of 2012. These powers allow the county governments to impose various levies, fees, and charges to finance their devolved functions and to provide services to the public. Allow me to read Article 209. A county may impose, the Constitution reads, a county may impose A, property rates, B, entertainment taxes, and C, any other tax that is authorized to impose by an act of parliament. Any other tax that it is authorized to do what? To impose by an act of parliament. So one of the taxes here is property rates. So in this lesson, we are going to study the property rates. We'll see how property rates are determined. We also move to identify the entertainment taxes and cess. So let's begin with the property rates. We've said that in Kenya, county governments derive their power to impose taxes from the Constitution, Article 209, and these powers allows the county governments to impose various levies, fees, and charges, and these charges and fees allow or enable the county governments to provide services to the public. So let's first of all look at the property rates. One, property rates. Property rates. Now, what are property rates? Now, property rates are sometimes referred to as land rates, often referred to as land rates. Property rates sometimes are referred to as land rates. And these are annual taxes levied by county governments on land and buildings within their jurisdiction. There are some pieces of land that may land within certain jurisdiction within the county, which attract land rates or property rates. And these rates are crucial. They are a crucial source of on-source revenue for counties. So how are they determined? How are property rates determined? How are they determined? How are they determined? The first way, candidates, is through what we call valuation roll. There is what we call the valuation roll. What is a valuation roll? Now, counties establish what we call a valuation roll, which is a register of all rateable properties within the county along with their assessed values. So a valuation roll is a register of all rateable properties with the assessed values. Do you understand? So before the county imposes property rates, there has to be a valuation roll in place. Valuation roll, valuation roll, valuation roll. Then number two, we have valuation methods. Valuation methods. Valuation methods. Now, the valuation of properties for rating purposes can be based on different methods, including annual rental value, which focuses on the potential rental income a property could generate. It may also be on the basis of area rating, which calculates rates based on the size of the land, e.g. per acre, which can be a flat rate or a graduated rate or differentiated rate based on land use, or it could be residential, commercial, or agricultural valuation methods. Now, the third point in understanding how property rates are determined is what we call review frequency. Review frequency. Review frequency. Now, the National Rating Act of 2024 requires counties to review and update their valuation rolls at least once every 5 years, with a possible 2-year extension. And this ensures that property valuations keep pace with the market changes. So this valuation roll has to be reviewed after every 5 years. That is in accordance with the act known as the National Rating Act. Number 4 is, the fourth point is public participation. Public participation. Public participation. We are discussing how property rates are determined. How property rates are determined. The first point, we say there has to be a valuation roll, which is a register of all properties that are subject to these rates, including the assessed values. It is a register of rateable properties and assessed values. Then there are also valuation methods that may be used to determine property rates. Then number 3, we've said that the National Rating Act requires counties to review the valuation roll at least 5 years, in 5 years. Then number 3, we are highlighting public participation. Before imposing or varying property rates, county governments are required to engage in what we call public participation, allowing property owners to contribute to decisions on rates, on amounts, and also valuation methods. So that is how property rates are determined. There has to be valuation roll, then there has to be valuation methods. Number 3, review frequency. Number 4, public participation. So what is the purpose? Purpose of what use are these property rates to county governments? Now, funds collected from property rates are used to finance various local services and infrastructure developments, such as road maintenance, waste management, water supply, and other public services within the county. So the money raised from property rates by counties is used for various local services like road maintenance, waste management, waste management. Then we've mentioned the infrastructure development. So currently that's all for property rates. Let's move on to the second type of tax, which is entertainment taxes. Number B, entertainment taxes. Entertainment taxes. Now, what are entertainment taxes? These are levies imposed by county governments on various forms of public entertainment and leisure activities within the counties. And examples of what may be taxed include entry fees to events. Entry fees, what may be taxed, may include entry fees to events, concerts. Entry fees to events like concerts, all right, events like theatrical performances, sporting events, theatrical performances. These can be taxed. Fees to events like concerts, sporting events, theatrical performances can be taxed. All right. We may also have charges for using certain recreational activities, tickets for cinemas, charges to various recreational activities. We may have other charges related to entertainment business. And we read in Article 209 at the beginning that the Constitution explicitly grants county governments the power to impose entertainment taxes. That is within the Constitution. And this is one of the few specific tax categories alongside property rates that counties are directly empowered to levy without requiring further authorization by an act of parliament. For a county government to levy entertainment taxes, it does not require any legislation. This power is directly derived from the Constitution. It is derived from the Constitution directly. That is the legal basis for entertainment taxes levied by county governments. By county governments. It does not require any authorization by an act of parliament. And revenue generated from entertainment taxes contributes to the county's own source revenue, which is then used to fund various county services and development projects. That's all for entertainment taxes. Then we have C, cess. Now, what is it? What is cess? Now, cess is also known as produce cess or market cess. Produce cess or market cess. It is also known as or market cess. Cess is also known as produce cess or market cess. And it is a form of a tax or levy imposed by county governments on tradable commodities, particularly agricultural and fishing products, when they are produced and supplied for commercial purposes or transported across county borders. When these products are transported across the county borders, then this cess has to be paid. And how is it determined? Now, cess is typically levied on a wide range of agricultural products like maize, milk, cattle, vegetables, fruits, coffee, tea, fish, flowers, and so on. And the levy is often calculated based on the weight of the product, the package or the container size, for example, per sack, or the carrying capacity of the transporting vehicle. And cess can be collected at various, at the source of production. It can be collected at the source of production during transportation at a designated collection points, which can include national government roads or even market entry points. So cess is a form of a tax or a charge that is levied on products or commodities, particularly when they are crossing county borders. So currently these are three types of levies and charges imposed by county governments. One is property rates. Property rates, also known as land rates. We've explained how they are determined. There has to be evaluation role in place. There has to be evaluation methods. This role has to be reviewed frequently. Then before making any changes to the evaluation role, there has to be public participation. We've seen that money raised from property rates is used to construct and maintain roads, waste management, and also infrastructure development. Then we've gone ahead to identify the entertainment taxes as another form of tax that is imposed by the national government. In this lesson, we've said that entertainment taxes are levied by county governments on various forms of public entertainment, including entry fees to events like concerts, like sporting events, theatrical performances. It may also be raised through tickets for cinemas, or other forms of public amusement. There are also charges for using certain recreational facilities and so on. And we stated that entertainment taxes is one of the few specific tax categories, along with property rates, which are imposed directly by county governments without requiring further authorization by an act of parliament. You understand? And revenue that is generated from entertainment taxes contributes to the county's own source revenue. So that's all, candidates. We went ahead to discuss cess, which is also known as the produce cess or market cess, which is also another form of a tax or levy that is imposed by county governments on tradable commodities, particularly agricultural and fishing products, when they are produced, supplied for commercial purposes or transported across county borders. So candidates, these are the three categories which represent key avenues through which county governments in Kenya generate their own revenue to complement the equitable share they receive from the national government. So the money that is received from property rates, from entertainment taxes, and cess complements the equitable revenue that is received from the national government. And while they are essential for decentralization and service delivery, issues of transparency and consistency and avoidance of double taxation remain ongoing areas of focus for the policy and also legal reforms. So that's all for today's lesson on levies and charges imposed by county governments. And we began by stating that in Kenya, county governments derive their revenue raising powers from the Constitution, particularly Article 209, and also from the County Governments Act of 2012. This framework allows counties to impose various levies, fees, and charges to finance their development or their devolved functions and provide services to the public. Thank you. If you have any question, please feel free to ask your questions and all your questions will be answered. Bye-bye.